This is verse 7 of the 6th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus is broadly dealing with the subject of the way in which the follower of Christ will engage in religious disciplines, specifically discussing prayer at this moment and warning that prayer should not be for public consumption, as if it's something to gain the applause of human beings, but that rather it should be something done in private, in the closet, the inner room, as he says. And then he adds to it a further instruction here. So we have proseukomenoi from prosukomai, again meaning prayer. You notice this is a participle, present middle in form, active in meaning, present middle participle, masculine plural nominative. So praying would be the idea. Participles best are handled by adding ing to the verb and then seeing where you go from there. So praying, referring to the subject of the sentence, so you when you're praying, de, the postpositive, may, this is the negation. It's going with the aorist of a verb, and the may with the aorist subjunctive will give you a prohibition, so that's the idea. So may. Then this somewhat unusual word, batalogeseta. You'll notice the log here, tied generally to those logos-type words, meaning words. The bata is thought by some to be a way of referring to stuttering. And so stuttering words is the idea. So do not utter stuttering words. Of course, the sense of it is don't just simply repeat mindlessly like a machine. These prayers, certain formulas, kind of a superstitious recitation of incantations is kind of the idea that's behind this. So when you pray, do not engage in this mindless repetition. And then hosper, particle, means just as. Hoi, ethnikoi, just as the nations or the Gentiles. Common practice, of course, in pagan religion to think that simply the mere mindless repetition of certain formulas, certain kind of superstitious repetitions of various words might have some kind of impact. And Jesus is prohibiting that from those who are his followers. Prayer should be something that is filled with intelligent, mindful focus. So when you pray, don't engage in this stuttering behavior. The Gentiles, he says, dakusen from dokeo, means to think or to seem or to appear. This is the third person plural present active indicative, so they think. Postpositive gar, because they think. Hoti, conjunction, that. In, preposition with the dative. Te polologia. You'll notice again the log here from logos and related words means words. The polu, of course, related to much or many. So they think that in the many words that they are speaking, the uttering of many words, outtone of them. And then eis aku thesontai, from akuo to here, third person plural, future passive indicative, with the ace at the beginning to add a little bit of emphasis to it. They will be listened to, that their words will become acceptable. They will be heard, would be the idea, by virtue of the repetition that is associated with their words. And Jesus is warning his followers that this is not the appropriate way in which God should be approached in prayer.